If I had $1 for every time a client sat in my chair and asked, how do I make my hair thicker? Most people don't have a thickness problem, they just misunderstand density. And today I'm going to clear that all the way up. Welcome to day 25 of my 30 Days to Healthier Hair series, where I help you get a better understanding of your hair so you don't have to keep starting your healthy hair journey over and over. If you're trying to fix something you don't fully understand, you'll stay frustrated and waste money jumping from product to product thinking this one is going to be the miracle. So let's start with this. When clients say I want thicker hair, they're usually talking about one of these three things: a fuller ponytail, less scalp showing, or hair that looks more substantial when styled. But none of those automatically mean you have low density. The appearance of thickness can also be determined by how wide each strand of your hair is, and those are not the same thing. Now let's talk about something that rarely gets explained properly: strand diameter. Strand diameter is how thick or thin each individual hair strand is. You could have high density hair, but your strands are fine. You could have low density hair with coarse or thick strands, or you could have medium density hair with medium strands, and all three can look completely different on the head. This is why two people can have the same number of hairs, but one head looks fuller and one doesn't. I've had clients with high density hair who swear that their hair is thin, and when I assess it, they actually have a lot of hair. It's just fine. Fine hair isn't necessarily weak, it's just smaller in diameter, and when fine hair is dry, over manipulated, or broken, it loses volume fast. On the flip side, someone with coarse strands may have hair that looks fuller while having less hair overall because each strand takes up more space. This is why products, routines, and expectations need to match both density and strand diameter. Now let's talk genetics, because this matters. Some people are born with high density, medium density, or low density. And then of course your strands, they're either fine, medium, or coarse. That's your baseline, that's your starting point. You cannot turn naturally low density hair into naturally high density hair. But, and this is a big but, most of the density loss I see is not genetic, it's self-imposed. And that's actually good news, because self-imposed means fixable. So if your hair used to look fuller 5 or 10 years ago and now it doesn't, that's probably not genetics suddenly kicking in. That's lifestyle, routine, tension, inflammation, or neglect catching up. Some of the things that I've observed that eat away at density over time: number one, chronic tension, braids that are too tight, wigs installed with zero breaks, slick styles back to back, or your edges constantly being pulled. Tension doesn't just cause your hair to break, it also stresses your follicles, and stressed follicles eventually stop functioning properly. Another cause of loss of density that I see quite often is scalp inflammation. If your scalp is itchy, flaky, tight, burning, or tender, this is not something you should overlook. These are signs of inflammation, and inflammation creates an environment where your hair struggles to stay anchored. Not properly shampooing or not shampooing often enough. Dirty scalp equals clogged follicles, and no, oiling over buildup, it's not helping. Your hair can't grow properly when your follicles are congested. And sometimes people think they're shedding a lot, when in reality their hair is breaking close to the scalp due to dryness, rough handling, skipping conditioner, or over manipulation. And over time, that creates thinner looking sections. And then there's long-term neglect. Low maintenance should never mean low care. Ignoring your hair because it's not bothering you is how density quietly disappears. Let me give you an analogy I use in the salon all the time. Your scalp is soil, your hair is the plant. You can't expect the plant to be healthy if the soil is intended to. If your scalp is unhealthy, your density will not improve, period. Some ways that you can support your scalp to improve density are shampooing often enough for your scalp needs, removing buildup so follicles aren't suffocated, gently exfoliating your scalp, not scratching it, massaging it for circulation, and addressing flakes, itch, or soreness early. If your scalp feels tight or uncomfortable regularly, that's a warning sign, not something to normalize. One reason density issues get missed is because people don't track patterns. They don't notice increased shedding, scalp irritation, tension habits, gaps between shampoo days, or hairstyling patterns. That's why I created my Healthy Hair Planner, not as a do more tool, but as a pay attention better tool. It helps you track wash days, track shedding versus breakage, note scalp changes, and catch density red flags early because awareness prevents long-term loss. If you want the ultimate tool to help you track your healthy hair journey, you can scan this QR code or click the link in the description and use code YouTube for an exclusive discount. You don't improve density by growing new hair first. You improve density by stopping unnecessary loss. When you reduce breakage, get your shedding normalized, protect the fragile zones of your hair, and handle your hair gently and consistently, density starts to appear better because more hair stays where it belongs. Some density-friendly habits include less daily manipulation, regular conditioning, protective styles that don't stress your scalp, respecting your edges, crown, and nape because these are the most delicate areas of the hair, and detangling with intention, not aggression. This is boring, and boring works. There are also some internal issues that are tied to density, such as low protein intake, low iron, which is very common, low vitamin D, or poor eating habits. And when it comes to improving your density, this can take months, not weeks, and some areas will respond slower than others. Genetics set your ceiling, but remember, consistency determines your outcome. Fine hair will never behave like coarse hair. Low density hair will never behave like high density hair, and that's okay. Your goal is not the hair you had at 12. Your goal is the healthiest version of the hair you have right now. Density doesn't just disappear overnight. It disappears slowly every time you ignore your scalp. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share with a friend who wants healthier hair in the new year.